So we got SGA going up against Memphis. He's almost 11K, and he got Chet back. Is Chet gonna be playing back to back? I guess. Got Chet, Hartenstein, Jalen Williams. SGA is gonna need to give you 60 fantasy points going up against Memphis. I don't think he's that much. I don't think he's as high as a priority as he's been last few weeks. But if you end up getting to him because of value, he's fine. Anthony Edwards is in play. I don't think that they try to sit him just because of the matchup, because Portland has turned the corner and they're playing well. Um, Trae Young, he's been playing better. I'll give him that. 9.6K, he's an okay player. That doesn't mean that I want to shove him up my ass, but he's been playing better. Booker, Phoenix is in shambles. Um, they tried to trade Kevin Durant. He shut it down. So I don't know how morale is. Booker's been decent this season. Nothing breathtaking. Going up against Denver, Booker's in the player pool, but I don't see him as a priority. Ja's an okay play. Brunson's in play. You're looking for a close game, back and forth. 8.6, he's in play. Fox is in play with his new team. The only problem is that Orlando, their pace is like a turtle, and they haven't been playing well. And Banchero, I don't know. Something happened to him. Maybe he's not healthy, but something's wrong with him. But I would like to say I like Fox, but I don't like that matchup at all. Curry Curry was inspired playing up against his uh his buddy LeBron. Probably had his best game of the season or something close to it. 37 points. Yeah, his best game in a long while. And missing what 14 threes. He missed 14 threes, still had 56 fantasy points, but he had to take 35 shots, and that was a mano game because LeBron went off himself. So don't think you're gonna get that every night from Curry. He's an older player now. Sometimes nature takes its course. People are probably gonna follow him or game log chase and play him at 8,400. He's not a bad play, and it's a good matchup. I'm not enthused to play him right now either. Jamal Murray, 7,800. We need like 43, 44 fantasy points. Jokic putting up 30 point triple doubles. Not interested on playing Murray. No sucks for me. Giddy at 71. I just I'd rather just go back to pool. Just play pool. I don't really like playing pool like that, but how many players are they gonna have? They're probably gonna be a little short-handed again. Just go back to pool. We don't gotta make this a whole ordeal, especially when things happen during the day that we didn't expect. So I'm not gonna waste time on Jordan Poole and all that. But Jordan Poole is in play regardless. Simons is in play. He's been playing better. Derek White's in play at 65. If Scoot can't go, Poole gets a bump. Banting gets a bump. Sharp gets a bump. Not interested in Chris Paul like that. Pritchard. Pritchard is 55. If Holiday is out, if he stays out, Pritchard gets a bump. Cole Anthony starting, he's an okay play. Castle, okay play. Podzemski, if he starts again at 5K, okay play. These guys, they're not locks at all. Lonzo, not interested in him. Conley, not really interested in him either. Um, these guys are just mid-range plays that they could give you 15 fantasy points, 17 fantasy points. This is what it is now. Before, there's a lot of mid-range you could rely on. Now you can't rely on it, especially with teams playing 12, 13, 14, 20 fucking guys every night. It's hard for these guys to pay off their salaries. Like, yeah, we get on the players, but a lot of the time it's the coaches playing fucking 4,000 players a night. It's ridiculous. Krejci probably going to come off the bench. He's an okay play because you got to play somebody, right? The rest of these guys down here, I'm not looking at. Not right now. Maybe Dillingham if there's no Conley, but Minnesota's also been playing Clark. So that's another guard that could take minutes away. So like there's a lot of players going, there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to shooting guard. Anthony Edwards has been spectacular lately. Let's fire his ass up if he plays. If he doesn't play, Naz Reid, whoever starts for him, Gobert gets a little bit of a bump because they're gonna need somebody to score. And then if Edwards is out, Clark and Dillingham gets a bump. Jaylen Brown's in play. We'll see what's going on with Bane. Daniels is in play. He's playing a lot of minutes. Kamara's in play. Vassal's in play. Braun's in play. Koulibaly's in play. Shooting guard looks a lot better than point guard. Grayson Allen, if KD doesn't come back. Well, if he doesn't come back, if he doesn't play because of his injury. Hield is an okay play, nothing spectacular. If Edwards is out and they start Walker Alexander's in play. Isaiah Joe if you're desperate. Strawther if you're desperate. He's going to get on the court. All right, the rest of these guys are lunch meat. Let's go to small forward. Tatum's in play. I prefer Franz Wagner over Banchero, but I'll probably just fade Orlando altogether. Jalen Williams in play. Butler on this new team, he's absolutely in play. At least they got him priced correctly. I thought they were going to underprice him, but they got him priced correctly. We'll keep an eye on Josh Hart. We'll keep an eye on Porter, who's been playing great. Avdi has been playing like a bitch until he figures that out. No thank you. Mikal Bridges if you're desperate. Shaden Sharp, if Avdi is out, he gets a bump. If Avdi is out, he gets a bump. If Scoot is out, he gets a bump. Aaron Wiggins, if he starts, but you know what? If there's no Durant, you could probably just play Royce O'Neal because he'll get more minutes. Richard Sher, if you're desperate. Is that Keyshawn George if he starts again? I don't really trust those Washington pieces, but if they're shorthanded again, you could go back to them. It's no problem. All right, I really don't see nobody else right now that piques my interest. So we're about to go to power forward. If you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you don't have time to do research, don't have time to wait for starting lineups, you don't have time to wait for news, you want me to send you my finalized, optimal, updated lineups right before lock, check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Super chats are open. Everything else should be in the description. It's free to join. It's free to subscribe on YouTube because some people don't know that. The Patreon is free to join. Once you're in there, you can see if there's any tiers that may help you with your fantasy needs. Let's go to power forward and let's wrap this up. Jaren Jackson's an okay play. Holmgren is not going to play a lot of minutes. Shoving Naz Reid straight up my ass. Pause. Draymond is washed. I ain't going to lie. I be seeing a lot of Golden State fans online talking like Draymond is like Dennis Rodman. Never was, never will be, and he's washed right now. The thing is, being that we play fantasy and we see what these guys do day in and day out, we know who's the elite players in the league. 25 and 21 and 28 and 32 fantasy points and 33, 34. That's not even average. Draymond, the reason Golden State is in the turmoil that they're in is because they held on for too long. When the Bulls won their 6th ring, they said, "All right, everybody go their separate ways," and that was that. Pippen went to Portland or Houston, wherever the fuck he went. Phil went to LA. Jordan went to Washington. Everybody went their separate ways. Kerr went to San Antonio, and that was that. So we still remember them at their peak. Golden State looks crazy. They look crazy. Steve Kerr looks crazy. Everybody looks crazy because they held on for what? What are you holding on to? They try to send KD over there by the trade deadline, around the trade deadline. He like, I don't want to go over there. That shit's crazy. They need to blow that shit up, restart. But Draymond is cheeks. No, thank you. Achua, if he started for Hart, you could take a shot. Oh, and be careful if you're a newer viewer and you're a Golden State fan and you think you're gonna leave some type of crazy comment in my chat, because this ain't stochastic. I don't do that. I'll block your shit. You feel me? Because I got time. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if you feel some type of way about Golden State and what I said about Golden State, keep it to yourself. You feel me? I got time tonight. Jeremy Grant, he's been playing better. He's still cheap though. 30, 27, 27, 29. At 5,600, that's the bare minimum. And when I mean bare minimum, that's the bare minimum. I'm going to just leave it at that because I don't really have nothing nice to say about him. So they say if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. The Sumno, I don't know what happened to him. When he used to play without Levine, he used to be dropping 50 burgers. Now, I don't really know what's happening. 36 minutes and 20 fantasy points. I can't trust him. Yeah, he had 41 against Miami, but you know, there's levels to this. The very good players are consistent. 41 fantasy points in 29 minutes, and then half of the fantasy points in 7 more minutes. That's crazy. So we got to see what's going on with the Sumno. He's in the player pool, but we got to figure out what's going on with Chicago. Aaron Gordon, he's all right. If he's out, you know what? Give a bump to Jokic. If him and Porter are out and Jamal Murray's in, then we can give Jamal Murray a bump. If Gordon, Porter, and Murray are out, you're gonna get whoever's starting. Jokic and Strawther gets bumps. So if it's Zeke Naji, whoever starts, they get bumps. Because out of Jokic 20 assists, somebody's got to be on the other end of it, right? Right. All right. Buzelis, if he starts, take a shot. He's still an okay play regardless. Sohan's playing, 18 minutes? 27. He played 21 minutes and 27 minutes. Okay, we're going to play, buddy. No problem. We're going to keep our eye on Zeke Naji. No Patrick Williams for me. Who else is here? Absolutely nobody. Let's go to center. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Jokic at 12-8. I think on this slate, he makes sense. Because there's a lot of mid-range that I don't really feel comfortable with. So you might as well just play Jokic. Wemby's in play, but he hasn't been putting up the gaudy numbers lately. And he's only been playing like 30 minutes. Last 3 games, 30, 31, 31. Like, at 11K, you need 60, 62, 63 fantasy points. Like, you need this 64 right here. This 55 you're probably not cashing. This 46 here, you're definitely not cashing. Like, it's a different game right now. Your players need to put up points. You need 35, 36 points minimum from each spot. Unless you have Jokic and he gives you 80. Unless you have Giannis and he gives you 75. That's why I'm really hard on the mid-range. Because I know they're going to give you 20 fantasy points and your night is over. You feel me? So, you got to look at it differently. This isn't, you know, this isn't the show where I'm going to tell you to play fucking Anthony Gill or fucking Marcus Sasser. That's going to give you fucking 5 fucking fantasy points. I'm telling y'all what y'all really need to do to win. It's getting tougher night by night. It's getting tougher, you know, and you got to change the way you play a little bit. You need 350 on FanDuel. You need 325 on DK, and you're not gonna fucking get that digging around. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You know, and like I said, I'm not the one to be here to tell you what y'all want to hear. I'm the one to tell you what it's gonna be. This is what it is. You know, this shit gets harder and harder every night. Last night, if you didn't have Portis, Poole, and one other guy, you didn't cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is really specific now. DFS, you used to be able to get a 0 and still cash. Not anymore. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm hard the way I explain this shit, but it's because it's very necessary. Because I listen to other channels too, and I know they tell y'all to play people that's gonna help y'all lose before it even starts. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all listen to other channels too, you know I ain't lying. But listen, let's wrap up, center. Let me get out of y'all here. Jokic 12-8 in play. Wemby's in play. Bucci's in play at 8K. Porzingis, he's an okay player at 7.8, but you got to hit a lot of threes and give you some blocks. And the reason I say you got to hit a lot of threes is because you got 2 other guys that take 20 plus shots a night. Hartenstein is all right. Ayton's been playing a lot better. I don't mind Gobert at 68. I don't mind Okongwu at 65. Wendell Carter's cheeks. Goga got benched. I don't understand Orlando. Edie, if you're desperate. They start Holmes again at 47. I don't mind it. If you don't know who to choose over Holmes and Vukovic, Holmes if he starts. Be careful playing Robert Williams because I heard they were alternating backup centers. So Robert Williams, Klingon, Looney if you're playing a lot of lineups, Post if you're playing a lot of lineups, Clark if you want to be sneaky, and I think that's about it. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Listen, appreciate y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video, check out the Patreon, check out the channel memberships, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.